Hey everyone, welcome back. You ready for some serious hockey talk?
Always ready.
Okay, good.
Let's do it.
So today we're going deep on Cale Makar, this rising star already making history with the Colorado Avalanche.
Sounds good.
We've got a stack of fresh articles here, insights from Makar himself, his coach Bednar, and even a new teammate, Martin Necas.
Lots to unpack there.
Yeah. The big question we're going to try and answer today is Makar on track to become a hockey legend?
It's a big question.
Yeah, it is a big question.
And it's worth asking for sure. I mean, he's putting up some numbers
that
put him in pretty elite company.
At this point in his career.
When at this stage, yeah.
So first things first, 20 goals this season.
Boom.
His third time hitting that mark before even turning 27.
It's impressive.
That puts him on a list with some big names.
Huge names.
Like Coffee Pot Bednar. I mean, wow.
It's not just on the list. It's the speed at which he got there.
Right.
Those guys you mentioned, they revolutionized how defense is played. But it took some of them a bit longer to hit those milestones.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about a potential trajectory that surpasses even some of the greats.
And that's what blows my mind. The last defenseman to do that was Brian Leetch.
Huh.
And that was back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Now, I'm no hockey historian.
Yeah.
But I remember Leetch being insanely good.
Oh, Leetch was a force. Smooth skating, incredible vision.
Huh.
He just controlled the entire game.
Yeah.
So the comparison to Makar, it's more than just hype.
Okay.
It's backed up by what we're seeing on the ice. And then there's that points per game average, 1.07, currently third all-time.
God, you guessed it.
Or in coffee.
Or in coffee.
Wow, exactly. Are we really seeing this kind of dominance this early? I mean, that stat isn't just about scoring goals, right?
Right. Points per game is the measure of overall impact.
Okay.
It tells you how consistently a player contributes, not just in those flashy moments. And Makar's consistency at his age.
Right.
That's the remarkable part. Even those legends, or in coffee, were they putting up these kinds of numbers this early in their careers? I'm not so sure.
I don't think so.
It's wild. So we've got a potential legend on our hands, shattering records.
Yeah.
But then you read his quotes.
Uh-huh.
And he's deflecting all the praise, talking about his teammates. It almost seems too humble, you know?
Yeah, that humility. That's interesting. Is it genuine? Is it strategic?
Right.
Either way, it's a smart move. Keeps the focus on the team, makes him more likable.
Yeah.
And maybe takes a bit of the pressure off.
Yeah. But his coach, Bednar, he doesn't hold back at all.
Yeah.
Calls Makar one of the best all time.
That's high praise.
Yeah. Even for a coach known to hype up his players a little bit.
Yeah, but Bednar is not just throwing around compliments.
Yeah.
When he singles out Makar's offensive and defensive skills, that's significant.
So it's not just potential.
Exactly. It's recognizing Makar's impact on both ends of the ice.
Wow. And to make things even more storybook, he hit that 20-goal mark in his hometown.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Calgary. Can you imagine the pressure? The emotion.
Must have been incredible.
Must have been a real pinch-me moment, even for a guy like Makar.
For sure.
He's also leading the league in points for defensemen this season. 60 so far. One ahead of Quinn Hughes in Vancouver.
Oh, wow. That's a tight race.
Talk about a tight race.
Hughes is no slouch.
Yeah.
But Makar's accomplishments this season, they really put him in a class of his own.
Yeah, I would say so. But speaking of statements, let's talk about the new guy in town. Martin Necas.
Yeah.
Traded from Carolina for Mikko Rantanen.
Interesting trade.
Yeah, risky move giving up Rantanen.
Yeah.
But the Avalanche must see something special in Necas.
They must.
And Necas seems pretty thrilled to be playing with Makar, calling him really special.
That enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It's telling.
He comes from a strong Carolina team. So what does he see in Makar that has him so excited? That's a question worth exploring.
Definitely. And Makar returns the compliment, calls Necas a gem, a future star.
I love seeing that kind of respect between teammates. Even if one is a seasoned vet and the other is the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
It speaks to a positive team dynamic, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Mutual respect is the foundation for great teams. But it goes beyond words. Let's see how that translates on the ice.
Okay.
They've put Necas, Makar, and MacKinnon together on a line.
Wow.
That's a lot of offensive firepower.
Could be explosive.
It could. But is it too much reliance on individual talent?
Good point. MacKinnon's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Necas brings speed and skill.
Right.
But could they become predictable? Too reliant on Makar to quarterback everything.
Well, see, Bednar seems optimistic, though.
Yeah.
He's praising their communication and effort.
Okay.
But line chemistry is more than just talent.
Right.
Can they anticipate each other's moves, develop a shared instinct?
So we've got Makar, the potential legend in the making, exceeding expectations.
Okay.
We've got Necas, the new spark plug full of admiration.
Yeah.
And we've got Bednar, the coach, with a vision trying to blend it all together. This is shaping up to be a pretty interesting season for the Avalanche.
Absolutely. It is fascinating to think about where Makar was just a few years ago.
Yeah.
A promising young prospect, but largely unproven. Now he's just shattering expectations, drawing comparisons to some of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
It begs the question, though, what's driving this meteoric rise? Is it pure talent, work ethic, or is there something more?
I keep coming back to that word humble. You rarely see a player this good who's so focused on team success deflecting praise.
Yeah.
It almost seems counter to the whole look at me culture we see so often in pro sports these days.
It is refreshing, isn't it? In a world of self-promotion, Makar's attitude really stands out. But is it sustainable?
Right.
Can you stay grounded when everyone's telling you you're the next big thing?
Yeah.
That's a challenge he'll have to navigate.
And let's not forget he's still got room to grow.
Right.
He's only 26. His offensive skills are undeniable.
Oh, yeah.
But what about his defensive game? Bednar mentioned that it doesn't get talked about enough.
And he's right. Makar is not just physically strong. He's incredibly intelligent on the ice.
So it's more than just shutting down the opposing team's top scorer.
It's about positioning, anticipation, reading the play.
Okay.
Being one step ahead.
Yeah, like a chess game.
Exactly. Remember that game against Oilers last week?
Yeah.
McDavid had the puck. Everyone was expecting him to make his signature move towards the net.
Yeah.
But Makar read him like a book.
Wow.
He cut off the passing lane, forced McDavid to the outside, and the Avalanche ended up with the puck.
That's what separates the good defenders from the great ones.
For sure. That ability to anticipate, to disrupt plays before they even develop.
And it's not just instinct.
No, it's hours of film study practice understanding opponent tendencies.
So while everyone's wowed by his offensive skills, his defensive game is quietly becoming just as dominant.
And that's what puts him in the conversation with those all-time greats. Or Coffee Bork.
Yeah.
They were all complete players, dominant in all facets of the game.
It's incredible to think that Makar, at only 26, is already reaching that level.
It is, and he's not done yet. Imagine where he'll be in 5 years, 10 years.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Me too.
It's like we're witnessing the beginning of something truly special.
Yeah.
The rise of a hockey legend.
And that brings us back to our original question.
Yeah.
Is Makar on track to become a hockey legend?
Okay.
Based on what we've seen, the stats, the expert opinions, his impact on the game.
I think the answer is a resounding yes.
I think so too. He's got the talent, the drive, the humility, and the potential to redefine what it means to be a defenseman in the modern NHL.
It's a privilege to witness this journey unfold.
It is.
To see how his career continues to blossom.
And who knows what the future holds? More records broken, Stanley Cups raised, a legacy that inspires generations to come.
What's certain is that Cale Makar is a name you won't soon forget.
So all you listeners out there, keep your eyes on this young star because we're witnessing history in the making.
This has been an amazing deep dive into the world of Cale Makar. We've explored his incredible talent, his impact on the Avalanche, and the potential that lies ahead.
We've seen why he's drawing comparisons to the all-time greats and why his journey is one worth following.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time for another exciting exploration of the stories that matter most to you. Okay, so we've talked a lot about Makar's offensive skills.
We have.
But to really understand his potential, we need to talk defense.
Yeah, his defensive game is what often gets overlooked.
It does. And Bednar even said that,
Right.
Makar's defensive skills are often overshadowed by his offensive prowess.
And it's true. He's got this incredible hockey IQ.
Yeah, so it's more than just like, shutting down the other team's top scorer.
Right. It's about positioning, anticipation, reading the play.
It's almost like
Yeah.
like a chess game.
It is. You're constantly thinking 3 steps ahead.
Okay, so give me an example.
Yeah.
Like, when have we seen this defensive brilliance in action?
Okay. Remember that game against the Oilers last week? McDavid had the puck.
Oh, yeah?
Everyone in the building thought he was going to make his signature move towards the net.
Right.
But Makar read him perfectly.
Wow.
Cut off the passing lane, forced McDavid to the outside, and the Avalanche ended up with the puck.
That's what separates the good defenders from the great ones.
Absolutely. The ability to anticipate, to disrupt a play before it even develops.
And it's not just instinct, right? It's hours of film study.
Of course.
It's practice.
It's understanding opponent tendencies.
So while the highlight reels are filled with his offensive goals and assists,
Right.
his defensive game is quietly becoming just as dominant.
And that's what puts him in the conversation with the all-time greats.
Yeah.
Guys like Coffee Bohr. They were all complete players, dominant on both ends of the ice.
It's incredible to think that Makar, at only 26,
I know.
is already reaching that level.
And he's not even close to his prime yet.
Right. So imagine 5 years from now, 10 years from now,
Yeah.
the level he could reach.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Me too. It's like we're watching the beginning of something truly special.
Yeah.
The rise of a true hockey legend.
So that brings us back to our original question.
Yeah.
Is Makar on track to become a hockey legend? I think after all this discussion, the stats, the expert opinions, his impact on the game, both offensively and defensively,
Yeah.
I think the answer has to be a resounding yes.
I agree.
Right.
I don't think there's any doubt at this point.
He's got the talent, the drive, the humility, and the potential to really redefine what it means to be a defenseman in the modern NHL.
It's really a privilege to be able to witness this journey unfold, to see how his career continues to blossom.
And who knows what the future holds for Cale Makar?
Yeah.
More broken records, more Stanley Cups, a legacy that inspires generations to come.
What's certain is that he's already cemented his place in hockey history, and he's just getting started.
So to all you listeners out there, keep your eyes on this young star, because we're witnessing history in the making.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of Cale Makar. We've explored his exceptional talent, his impact on the Avalanche, and the unlimited potential that lies ahead.
We've seen why he's drawing comparisons to the all-time greats, and why his journey is one worth following.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time for another exciting exploration of the stories that matter most to you.